You and I have kind of talked about it a little bit recently, and though this doesn't exactly represent the USOB podcast, like you and I have talked about doing our own things for a long time now, outside of like what we have with Tweeter and Nick. And I obviously had brought it up to you. What was it yesterday? That like, hey, we should do another music night. I was just like, well, what if we take this opportunity to create an additional like subsection of the USOB stuff, right? So we're calling this the Beat Lab, right? Because I'm joined with my friend Beat.
Woot
Okay.
woot.
Beat is a very good friend of mine. He was actually supposed to be a part of the podcast, but he was focusing a lot, like really heavily on his life and getting in a super awesome position, which is he's in now. I'm really proud of you. But so Beat and I, not other than the fact of being friends since like what 2017 ish, we
Yep,
have a really
5 years.
strong yeah, we have a really strong connection with music. So this is what we're gonna do every so often. We're gonna come into our Discord channel. We're going to invite people to come into the Discord channel, which everybody's welcome to come. All you got to do is just join the Discord, and then come in and listen to some music with us. Just have fun. So a lot of what we listen to is more of metal, rock, metalcore, what have you. So we're going to be kind of mostly listening to stuff like that, talking about some new music, some old music, just hanging out, just chilling, being authentic as possible. Do you want to go ahead and point out, and every time that we do anything in relation to USOB or even this, videos won't be monetized because we are going to be using copyrighted music, right? And we don't want to take credit away from those artists. We're not taking credit for ourselves, and we can't make any money off of it. That would be very wrong. It's also like not allowed. So in reference to the Beat Lab, we can't do that. But this is a good opportunity. If you haven't listened to any of this stuff or you haven't heard it in a while, you take the opportunity to go branch out and culturalize your music tastes. Um, so yeah, without further ado, Beat, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Beat, Mr. Beat. Uh, I'm a Canadian, fucking beaver moose loving Canadian at its best. Not any kind of Canadian. I'm a French Canadian at it, and I love talking about music. I love music's pretty much been there all my life. I do play some instruments and stuff like that, and I have this weird thing where I memorize shit about music that means nothing to nobody but myself, but it's also fun for me to talk about it with certain individuals. It'd be stupid as something like, "Hey, did you know that this guy played in this band and now he's managing this and this band?" And to people who would interest, it's actually pretty fucking cool that that though that information sticks in my head. So, um, you know, with Chris here, he brought up I think it was yesterday. He
Yeah.
brought this up, and I thought it was a good time because I've been getting introduced to a lot of new stuff lately. Stuff that's been around for a couple years, but it's nothing that's really that commercialized yet. It's nothing big, especially in the States. It's bands from actually my area here in Quebec. So it's some like I think this first podcast would be a great time to like kind of show them off a little bit and show what Quebec is all about.
Yeah. So we will definitely get to that. But first, I want to bring up a band that Beat and I love. If you have ever listened to the first two albums that Of Mice and Men put out, the clean lyricist, his name is Shaley. He created his own band shortly after he left Of Mice and Men, and it's called Dayshell. Um, so Beat, while I'm talking, if you would go ahead and look up "Letting Go" by Dayshell, and we'll throw
Yes,
that up.
sir.
Um, so this is going to be his third album that he is making, and he's been really active, like on TikTok and stuff, talking about like, hey, like what song do you like better? Um, actually listening to the fans of Dayshell, and they're trying to figure out like what would actually sound good in this new album. It's that top one up there.
Okay. So yeah, myself, I haven't actually. I got into it what maybe 2 3 years ago. We started talking about Dayshell,
Yeah.
and it was interesting to know about because he's actually brought his when he was in Of Mice and Men, he brought a different vibe to them to what when he left it changed the sound of A Mice and Men in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I felt that when he started doing Dayshell, he took his style that he brought it to Of Mice and Men, and he just like expanded it even more into
He
Dayshell.
he definitely turned it up to 11, like he did.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly. Yeah.
that being said, and Love Mice and Men is my favorite band, right? I love Aaron Pauley. I think that he is a fantastic lyricist. He does good job with clean and like the harder vocals and everything. He does an amazing job, and I love where he's taken Of Mice and Men, and even after Austin left and after Shaylee left, but Shaylee is still he's got an incredible voice and he's just awesome. So yeah, like I said, Letting Go's the top one up there. Let's go ahead and
Yes,
throw
sir.
that on there. I heard it the other day.
Mhm.
I really like it. I think it's really good.
Well, this would be first for me, and it's only been out for here it's got 8.9 views.
It's not a lot,
8.9K
dude.
views. Well, it's not. Well, the second one has actually 600. Oh, it only has 602. It's not even. The band didn't explode that much. Anyways, here in Canada, compared to like Of Mice and Men, I don't think it's getting the credit that it deserves.
Yeah.
But let's talk about more of that after this song. I want to really enjoy this one.
Yeah.
After this announce, of course.
I'm over it. Don't say I'm sweet. Don't take me for a dream. Let me live on and say goodnight to a life of you and me. I hope he watches over you. I hope he loves the way you want him to. Watches over you, letting go. I hope he loves the way you want him to. Can you see my weakness and speechless? I will take the fall. Letting go. I hope he loves the way you want him to.
Dude, that main riff, man, there's something about it. It sounds like I think he's just putting distortion on a bass guitar, and he's not even using normal guitars. I
Yeah.
have to re-listen to that at some point.
So it's based on a lot of the videos that he's been doing with TikTok. I feel like he's kind of doing a lot of things on his own right now.
Sorry, I got an autoplay on.
I feel like he's doing a lot of things on his own right now. Which I wonder is just like, how much has he really been doing on his own, and like how much of the band is still there, because they haven't released an album in a while, right? Which is, it's fine, but like, did something happen? I know that while Austin was being accused of sexual assault, he also, I think, kind of got accused of that, and I'm pretty sure he was cleared. At least I hope so.
But that's like a
if he
running
didn't-
gag nowadays, especially in
is.
the metal community, man. Like, there's so much of
Yeah.
that shit that's going around.
Well, I mean, and like Austin and Shaylee and like everybody, they were doing drugs and they were drinking heavily. So I mean, like,
But who didn't? Who didn't in those bands? You know?
that's true. Yeah. So I mean, not saying that it couldn't have happened. I really hope it didn't, because I really like both of those guys. But yeah, dude, that he's released some songs. A Kiss Goodbye was another one he released, and I thought it was all right. Like, I like some of the softer music that he does, but like that shit right there, that was good.
What is that fucking song that he came out with where he's like, he's singing? It's a really soft song, but he's like singing in a really high voice. Fuck, I'd have to look it up. I don't want to look it up right now to.
So you'd have to be a little bit more specific. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's the new song that he has done. I really like it.
Feel Fly. That's the one I was thinking of.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was on the second album.
2018. It says here.
Yeah.
But
okay, so-
no, I really appreciate it. Is it an actual band, or is it just by himself? It seems like he's like a one-man show, sort of like Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails.
It
Right, representing today.
it seems like he's kind of doing a lot on his own right now. I mean, I know like he's done tours. Like Dayshell was, they had more people at one point in time at least. I don't know about right now. I mean, because I mean, not too long after they released that last album, they did some touring, and then COVID hit. So it's really hard to say what's going on right now. But like a lot of the videos where he's doing on the Dayshell official page and on his own page, you just see him. I don't really see anybody else. I don't know.
Yeah, usually in the music videos, or like whatever music videos, Pressure, I think it was, that had a music video, and it's just him being like by himself, right?
Dude, Pressure is so good. Can you play
Yeah.
that? Well, like we're on the subject of Dayshell. Let's go ahead and play Pressure.
Let's fucking do it.
It's so
Dayshell.
good. It is so good.
There you go. Pressure's actually the song that got me into them, and I
It-
didn't
well, yeah, me
realize who it
too, yeah.
was. When I saw
I
it,
was-
I was like, this voice is so recognizable.
Yeah, I think I remember talking to you about it, and I was just like, is that Shaylee from Mice and Men?
And I told you, it's like, that's from the guy from Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song is so fucking good, man.
Focus those eyes on me. you, I'd hurt less without you. Hold me, feel my despair for love. Please be happy like giving I made it clear. Stay far away from here. I wish you'd disappear and stay far Stay far away from here. I wish you'd disappear and stay far away. Hold me, feel my despair for love. Please be happy like
Good.
Have you listen? We're the band that started all this shit was Attack Attack. We gotta admit. Why the fuck is it auto playing again? Is Attack Attack? Have you ever listened to Bill Murray?
Yes.
So Bill Murray was basically. So when you had Attack Attack, for people that don't know, Attack Attack had the base of like the basics of the band was a bunch of kids that were from 16 to 18, and within the span of like 4 years, many members had left. Of course, when you're 16, your ideas change really fast and whatever, so people go off and do their own things. Of Mice and Men came out with Austin Carlile. It had, I can't. What's this guy's name again from Dayshell?
Shaylee.
Shaylee. So Shaylee left of Mice and Men. But what also came from Attack Attack was Johnny Frank. I know it was Johnny, and he ended up leaving Attack Attack because of religious differences. He felt that he was more of a religious member, and he wanted to take another path musically. But he actually came out with a lot of really good. It's really weird. Fuck, I don't even know how to explain his music, man. It's like popish, but it's got this weird twangy sound to it, and he's got really weird videos because he makes them himself as well. Which ones have you heard? Do you have any recollection of which ones you've actually listened to from them?
From Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, yeah.
Honestly, man, no. it's been a long time since I've actually listened to them. And since you mentioned, like, you play a song by them, right? But like, since you mentioned Attack Attack, there was a new song by them that came out not too long ago. I feel like that I heard for the first time a couple days ago, and I was just like, man, I wanna throw that on this too, because
What is it? Which one?
I gotta find it. Hold on. It's in my liked songs on Spotify. That's all I use really is Spotify. So,
What other way do you want to go? Prime Music?
hmm?
Yeah, probably. What other way do you want to go? Prime Music?
No.
Hmm.
Apple Music. No thanks. I used to have Google Play, right? And then like when I was in Afghanistan, I guess they like finally figured out that I wasn't in the United States anymore. And then I was just like, hey, what the hell? I pay for this and I can't use it. And like, yeah, we see you're in Afghanistan. It's like, yes.
But
Yes, I am because I'm
yeah.
deployed. Like I live in the United States, and then they're just like, "Oh yeah, well you can't use that there." And then I was never able to use it again, like ever. So I went away from
Very patriotic of themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I gotta find it, but go ahead and play something by Bill Murray.
I'll play some Bill Murray. So, like I said, he really brought this. You can't even consider this a genre because there's nothing that's comparable to this. I'm just gonna fucking play it. And of course, there's a commercial.
It's fine. We can
Edit that shit out. This video just my high school years, all of it. You notice how Mice and Men video in the background?
Yeah.
Suicide Silence, A Day to Remember, Metro Station.
Okay, so I found it.
Send it my way, man.
Look up All My Life by Attack Attack.
Yeah. So what's your feel? Have you listened to the whole like EP that they came out with in the past?
No, I really haven't. Like, I like Attack Attack, but it wasn't always like one of my favorite bands. You know, it was like I like them, but you know, there's other things that I like too. And then like I heard this while I was in the car the other day, and I was like, damn, this is fucking good.
Yeah. So Attack Attack, that's a weird one because I started listening to them after they came out. They were coming out with their third album. Actually, when I started listening to them, it was right before they were breaking up in
Right.
2013, 14, I believe.
Mm.
And I remember listening to them. The song that got me into them was off of their third album. Exactly, it was "The Wretched" is the song, and there was something about that song in Caleb's voice, Caleb Shomo, that became the second vocalist for the band after Austin left.
Yeah.
And I listened to that whole album, and I was like, "This is fucking good." And then I started going back in their catalog with their first two albums. At first, I was like, "This is really gay," like. And then I started really listening to it. And I was like, I realized how old they were. And when I say gay, it's nothing sexual, by the way.
Oh, it's all sexual.
I'm trying to be politically correct, man. Damn. But I was starting to I started digging into them, and because I thought there was something about them, and then I realized they're 16-year-old, 16, 17, 18, and they're doing something new, and I didn't realize they were creating a new, huge, different genre of music that actually exploded. Like I See Stars, Abandon All Ships, and anything.
Both good bands.
Yeah, and Band in All Ships, by the way, is a Canadian band.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, from Ontario. Yeah, so like they created like this whole different genre of electronic core, if you will, or
Yeah.
crab core for the Attack Attack guys. And I think right now with this new stuff that they're coming out with, most people are not digging it because it doesn't have the original members. It only
Yeah.
has the drummer and the guitars. But I think they're not actually taking the time to listening to the music right now because I think it's fucking good. Like I've listened to that EP multiple times, and no, it's not the original crabcore they that they first brought up, but they did keep. You gotta like, dude. They first came out in 2008. That was a long fucking time ago. You gotta keep up with the
Especially for
times, right?
music, that's a long time ago, right?
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
2008. That's 14 years ago. So like, they still kept the electronics and the EDM kind of feel into their music, and they bring down the fucking heaviness still. So let's
That's
listen to this, man. This is great, and the video is great too. So
See,
you have, oh, sorry.
I would say before you start the video, because like you made me think about something. So at some point in this, I guess episode we'll call it, the Slipknot actually recently came out with a new EP, and I was gonna play
Oh
the EP.
yeah.
And I'm gonna give it. Sometimes when it comes to a band that I really like, sometimes I'll give the songs like multiple chances because like maybe I was just like not in. I wasn't in my right feels for it at the time, right?
Mhm.
Because music is like that, right? Sometimes you're not always in the mood to listen to something that you really enjoy. So I thought about this earlier, like when you and I were talking about it over Facebook. I was just like, it reminds me of an interview that was had with Linkin Park, and they were talking about just like how their music had changed over the years and how funny it was how like not only their music but also their music videos they were always like a step behind just because of the way that they were doing things, and they were just like, yeah, people get mad at us like for the way that we do things, but music evolves. It has to evolve. You can't just stay there. So, whenever you listen to a band that's like from 2008 or whatever, they can't stay in that 2008 scene because it's. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You're gonna sound like Metallica. You're gonna sound like AC/DC. And I'm gonna say this one. I feel like Avenged Sevenfold is kind of in this category a little bit. Their songs, a lot of them,
100%.
they sound the same. And even though I like all three of those bands, they sound the same and they stay in that same genre the whole time. And it's just like you have to branch out. You
Well,
have to move forward.
AC/DC, I 100% agree.
Oh yeah, AC/DC, yeah, that's the worst one of
There's-
them. But
and they fucking know it, man. There was this
Yeah.
interview with Angus Young, and he said himself, he's like, the interviewer's like, what they said, they asked him, they're like, what? How does it feel to know that people think, I'm paraphrasing by the way, that people think you've written 12 albums that sound the same? And Angus looked at the interviewer and was like, that's not true. We've written 13 albums that sound the same. Like they know, like
Yeah,
keep
they
it
know.
yeah.
And I still enjoy their music, I do. I don't want to listen to it all the time because again, it sounds the same. I know you don't. I know you don't. But
Metallica, though, Metallica, I'm gonna have to back you up on the Metallica thing. They do not sound the same from the past years. They have like the last two albums, but people gotta understand, man. Metallica is not a album band anymore. They are a
No, they're not.
live band.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they are. Yeah.
Because Saint Anger, fuck everybody that doesn't like that album. I loved Saint Anger. They wanted to do something new, and then people go and complain. Well, they sound like shit, so they go back to their own sound, and now people are complaining that they sound the same.
Yeah.
So like and they're a live band, man. That's all you gotta.
Well, I mean, they're past their prime. Let's be honest. Like I love Metallica. I think that they're an awesome band, but when 100.5 in Atlanta overplayed their song, like they'd play like 30 fucking Metallica songs, I swear, like in an hour. I'm just like, I'm so tired of hearing
DJs though. You gotta.
Oh, I know.
That's the DJs.
I swear to
doing
God,
that
if
shit.
I hear Into the Sandman one more time this hour, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Well, Jesus Christ! As a guitarist, I gotta say I'm tired of that song because that's.
I like the song, but
that's the song that every fucking guitarist from when somebody starts learning from guitar from 2003 and even before that until now, that's
Yeah.
one of the first fucking songs we learned on the guitar, and I probably overplayed that on the guitar because
But-
it's like a simple song that you can learn really fast that makes
Yeah.
you sound cool. So
But can you play Wonderwall?
I can fucking play Wonderwall like you. Actually, I can't. I can only play
I
like, the
remember-
first verse.
I remember like one day, like we were doing one of these music nights, and then I was just like, "Hey, play Wonderwall," and you pulled your fucking guitar off the wall and you started playing Wonderwall.
Yeah, I can play like the first 4
Oh,
chords of
man.
the song, and then I never really wanted to learn the song. I just learned those 4 chords just to, I gotta say, to impress the bitches.
Can you play Wonderwall? Actually, no, I can't.
Yeah, I can. I can play you this, and then their eyes roll like go up, and then I'd be like, I gotta save the rest for later.
No.
But no, yeah. So let's play this. We were going
Yes.
way off topic.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We're hanging out. Like this is how it is. This is how music
I'm-
night is, man.
I'm getting drinking too, so I'm getting drinking. I'm drinking, so let's fucking all my life attack.
Yeah. Ooh. This comes with a music
Bring
video
back
too, huh?
fucking MTV without the MTV.
Comme toujours, savourez-la au
You know,
maximum.
motherfuckers from MTV used to
Avec
put
une
music
dose
videos on there.
quotidienne de vitamine
Yeah.
C,
Yeah, I like how all of your ads are in French.
Profitez de chaque journée à fond. Avec quelques
Welcome to Quebec.
Yeah.
You blinded my eyes now for way too long. Well, I thought we were friends, but you proved me wrong. You got in my head with the things that you said, and you left me a mess now to top it all. There's one of us here without virtue. Look in the mirror, I don't want to. You're keeping me down for your debut, but your reign is through. Your way into my lungs, like a virus in the air. A simple play can't cut me off. I'll never fall in line just to suffocate. Suffocate. One of us here without virtue. Look in the mirror, I don't want to. You're keeping me down for your debut, but your reign is through.
God damn it!
that
It even says the autoplay is off, but anyways.
was
I think, dude, no, that I don't care what people say. That is a great fucking song.
a great fucking song. I hadn't actually seen the video until now too. That was a really good video. It is
Yeah.
very anime-y.
It's definitely they're definitely anime fans. Like you can't say that they're not.
Oh yeah, and like it looked like there were actual scenes, like or I guess like Easter eggs from Cyberpunk. I don't know if you've actually like finished or like played through the game or whatever. I have,
I
but
have to.
oh, dude, it's so good.
I
It
own it on
is
the
so good.
PlayStation and on PC, and I still haven't fucking finished that song.
Just play it on PC. Don't play it on PlayStation.
Of course not. Why
Yeah,
the hell would I go
don't
back
do
to
that.
PlayStation after
Don't do
you die?
that. Yeah. Oh man. And that's I also there was something else I wanted to bring up. Because you mentioned Asking Alexandria, right? And it made me think Asking Alexandria and Bring Me the Horizon. As much as I love both of those bands, I'm kind of at a point where it's like, listen, guys, please stop making music.
I loved the 2017 album of Asking Alexandria with Tabarnak. Um,
That was the one where they had Into the Fire, right?
Into the Fire, yeah, and Alone in a Room. I
Alone in a
thought
Room,
that
that was the
album was
album.
actually
It was good.
really good album. The whole album. Vultures, that his voice has really evolved. Danny Worsnop, his voice has evolved so much since like the beginning of Attack. Sorry, holy shit. Asking
Asking
Alexandria.
Alexandria, yeah.
Yeah, Danny's voice, man, just it's better with years. Of course, with practice and everything, you get
Yeah.
better and better. But I think especially the song "Vultures" off that album just represents like he's got this really raspy, distorted voice, right? And Ben Bruce is the one that does more of the cleans, like really clean vocals. But this new shit that they came out with though,
I just
not
don't.
digging it.
And Bring Me the Horizon's doing the same thing because they did a song with Ed Sheeran and they also did a song with MGK, and I don't care for either of those artists. I don't like them. I don't like their music. I mean, Ed Sheeran has a nice voice. I don't like MGK, but I'm kind of at a point like music has to evolve, like I said. But at the same time, it's like you guys can just kind of stop.
Yeah,
you were past your prime, 100%.
Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon. It's another band, man. I thought I had really high hopes. Was it last year or the year before they went and did Pray for Plagues live again? And kids were like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this? This is not Bring Me the Horizon, but it's actually Bring Me the fucking Horizon." And I was like, maybe they're sending out a little fucking hint that they're gonna come back with their heavier stuff, and they completely disappointed.
Well, what was it? The one that the album wasn't? Yeah, Pray for Plagues. Wasn't that where they had Ludens and One by One and Kingslayer? It was with Baby Metal. Like I liked some of the songs from that album, but most of them I was like,
well, that's more the death metal, deathcore scene. Like they were really, that was a deathcore kind of Suicide Silence stuff. We've never really had a conversation about deathcore because you're more into the melodic kind of stuff. I love the deathcore stuff, like Despised Icon.
I like deathcore, but I mean melodic. I don't know. I jam to it a little bit more. Like if I'm lifting weights or I'm running or something, like I can do like black metal, deathcore.
Dude,
whatever.
That makes me want to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
When I'm working out, when I'm at the gym, and that's the. All right, right now, actually, my gym playlist has been consisting a lot of hardcore metal. I don't know how to explain it. It's like got a hardcore feel to it, but with a more fucking destroy, man. Like that's the only word I can describe this stuff. And it's actually Get the Shot is one of the bands we'll talk about later. That's from Quebec, and man, my music gets me fucking all over the place. Was there something else on your list that you wanted to talk about?
I mean, I still have more. I mean, let's hear something from one of the bands that you wanted to show. Let's hear from one of those. Let's save them for a little bit later. What's one of the ones that you wanted to show me from your area?
Oh man, which one? Okay, so there's this actually one band. Let's go with the more softer one. It's called Suddenwaves. It's a band from here in Quebec, and they're getting some fucking they've got a lot of like they're known around here. They've actually passed through Hardcore Worldwide, which if you don't know what it is, it's basically a page on YouTube that represents a lot of hardcore bands. Ginger has been through there. Suicide Silence back in the day was on there, and they're actually on there. But the song I want to show is more of a some people that don't listen to metal don't really know that there's a type of metal that's really actually fun. It sounds like a Blink-182 with fucking distortion, man, like a lot of distortion. And this song actually reminds me a lot of like old school punk pop, but with some new metalcore kind of sound to it. And it's a band I cannot stop listening to, especially this past week, man. And there's so much about this band that I know because one of the guitarists is actually a guy that is a dog food representative, and he knows my girlfriend. I've met this guy, and the bassist was the bassist for Blind Witness back in the day, which was actually a really well-known deathcore band. that maybe on another podcast we can talk about. But this is Sudden Waves Until We Make It.
I had a question really
This
quick.
is not Sudden Waves, but yeah, what's up?
Since we just have this stupid little ad playing here right now. So you're talking about the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the one song on your playlist that just makes you like go hard and you don't stop?
Fuck. The song is Forward, and the band is, it's called Anal Nathrak, and the song is actually on a playlist that I listen to called Extreme Metal Workout on Spotify, and the first time I heard it come on there, I was like, "Whoa, this shit is fucking crazy!" Because it's got a really industrial, old school industrial metal sound like Fear Factory back in the day, and nowadays when I'm feeling that I can't really push that weight, I purposely go out and put this song on to like get my mindset to just fuck up those weights, man. That's the song I actually go to. ANL, fuck, I don't know where this band's probably from. It's probably like a Finnish band. ANL Nathrak, and the song is called Forward. We can play that sometime too. I'm actually gonna put that in a list for the future.
Yeah. Do you want to know what mine is?
Is it Celine Dion's
No.
Heart Will Go On?
No, but you're probably gonna laugh. So I have I have like some like hip hop and like whatever in my playlist. It just depends, but most of it's like metalcore, 80s metal too. The song is X Gonna Give It To You by DMX.
I fucking have no problem with that. That's actually a good song to start working out to.
But a lot of people are just like, "Are you seriously fucking listening to that?" Like, yeah, man, it just like it makes me push that like just a little bit.
Song.
Yeah,
yeah, man, that's a hyped up song.
I've had a lot of people make fun of me for that one though.
Every time I hear that song, it reminds me of that movie Gone in 60 Seconds when they start playing that song in that movie. Yeah. It's a hyped up song.
Dude, it is.
It is. In putting that into one of my playlists.
Please do, and let me know what happens. Let me know if you can just push that weight just a little more.
I'm probably gonna laugh in the middle of the gym, just like thinking about this situation.
All right, let's hear this shit, man.
So this is Sudden Waves Until We Make It World Tour. Got that poppy vibe?
It does.
Yeah, wait though. Takes a hard right left. Sometimes you can really hear that Quebec French accent in the way he talks and he sings.
I do kind of hear it a little bit.
Yeah. You might be used to it because of me, but yeah, I can definitely hear it sometimes.
Yo, I want that frisbee.
Dude, you can really hear that. When I grew up, I was listening to a lot of like pop punk kind of stuff. Blink 182.
Yeah. So is the rest
which-
of our fucking generation.
Yeah, exactly. Like Blink. The fuck was that other band called back in the day? They weren't as big as Blink, but they were big when they were there. They were on the Warp Tour back in the day and everything.
Red jumpsuit
Newfound
apparatus.
Glory.
Oh, okay.
Newfound Glory. Yeah. And then this fucking like they have that sound to it,
Mm.
on on distortion. I don't know. There's something about this band that's just getting deep into me this week.
Okay.
What'd you think about it?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I felt like there was one part in the song to where they were kind of coming to an end of I guess that riff or one of those riffs or whatever, and then like they took the guitar kind of low, but I would have went a little bit lower with it, and it would have given it like more bass to the song, and I think that would have been good. I don't know how to describe that, but I liked it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah. I can't say much about this band because it's new to me right now. It's been
Yeah.
only about I've known about them for a couple of years, but I haven't actually started listening to them, especially since the past week, man. Like, I just know a couple of things because like the bassist is from a band
Yeah.
that was from back in the day and everything. Can I show you
Absolutely.
the band? Yeah, absolutely, of course. So there's not much to say. Where the fuck happened to my playlist? Anyways,
You
I'll be able
probably
to-
added it on a different one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Hang on. Anyways, I can find it. I know which one. Okay, so this band is actually I'm getting drunk.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I work as a carpenter, and right now there's this new guy that's been working with me, and he is a huge music fan as much as I am, and he's a bassist in this band called Dude Ranch that was originally a Blink 182 cover band, of course, because of the album Dude Ranch. But they're getting more in compositions. They've actually not toured, but they've done some shows with Suddenwaves, the band I just showed you, and they're actually pretty cool. They bring in back this old school punk sound from the 90s, like Pennywise and Millencolin and all those kind of bands, like the really old, those old head kind of. And I think it's fucking respectable because not many people are doing this anymore and actually getting away with it to make it sound good. What's the song called? I'm sorry, hang on, give me a second. He just texted me about it too. Today was a good day. When he said that name to me, I started laughing because I was like, I was like, wait, is that like a cover from Ice Cube or something like that? And he's like, Ice Cube didn't cover that? I was like, no, you're doing a cover of Ice Cube. And he's like, no, this is our original shit. But it was just funny because it reminded me of that. So this is that band, Dude Ranch.
Got out of bed this morning, turned on the radio. Marty and the Wailers kinking through the stereo. I felt so lucky as my girlfriend said the coffee's ready. It couldn't get any better, the sun was shining for me. Today was a good day. Time was on my side. 101 good reasons to see me with a smile. I got in my car this morning.
Always
All right.
impressed with drummers in those kind of bands, man. It's so fucking fast.
Yeah. I was yeah, that definitely gives you like the Blink 182 vibes. That was pretty good. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I think they're more inspired because Blink got really popish at a certain point, like after the what's Enema of the State album. That's the album. Yeah, that's when they started getting really popish. This sounds like have you ever listened to Face to Face?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know if you really listen to the whole punk era of the '90s, but they're really, really inspired by like Face to Face and Pennywise and bands like that, Millencolin especially. But yeah, so that was them.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, what's next on the list? Before we get into Bad Omens, because I think that's going to be the subject of the night, is Bad Omens.
Bad Omens is going to be the primary subject because
I think so too.
we have been talking about. I mean, we've been going on for this for about an hour now, but like that's the meat and potatoes of this, man. I fucking love Bad Omens.
Yeah, I would like to show you the band I've been listening to a lot while I'm at the gym this week.
Absolutely.
Even if I've only went like 2 times this week. It's called Get the Shot. So this band is from Quebec City, Quebec, Canada. It's got a real hardcore sound to them, but it's really destroy, and I think it's like the best fucking kind of music to go to if you like metal music, of course, to go to the gym to. It's just there's something about it that makes you feel fucking testosterone,
Yes.
like just fucking destroy, and like you want to get shit done with this kind of band. So I like, the weird thing about this band is that the singer is actually a philosophy college teacher. You can't see, the listeners won't be able to see what he looks like. Chris will, but this guy is a big, tattooed, long-haired, stretch in ears motherfucker. You would never think crossing paths with this guy that this is a philosophy teacher, but he's not. Like he's when I first found out about it, I thought it was fucking weird as shit. And the voice he's got on him, he's so big, but the high notes that he can make with his voice is really fucking weird. Anyways, let me. God damn it, now it's in there.
I was gonna say before you really jump into that, they have a video podcast on Spotify. Number one, motherfucker. First of all, there's that. Second of all, if YouTube doesn't take the video down, it's probably on YouTube as well. So they should be able to see them. So fuck you.
The problem with this is that it's directly from YouTube. I don't know how this works because I know there's this guy on Twitch named Nick Nocturnal, and he does
yes. Yeah.
Did you know he's Canadian?
No, I didn't.
Dude, Canadians fucking we rock.
Oh,
with
Canada.
Metal. Yes. So I respectfully cannot sing that whole song anymore. He does a lot of like he'll listen to new metal music, and then I don't know how he gets the rights to be able to do that and then show it on Twitch live without getting it taken, and then he goes and directly puts it on YouTube right after. So we got to figure that one out.
Dude, I love because I stumbled across him on TikTok actually. Like I love it. Just like I'll pull up on his videos and he'll just be like, "Oh hi," and then just scream. It's so funny. Yeah, he's really good at it too. I like his.
Well, that's how he gets his views, and he's been getting a lot of really famous people to go on his Twitch streams with him. He's had the singer from Lorna Shore. I think he's actually had Phil from Whitechapel on there as well. Jason Richardson, a whole bunch of fucking really big names actually on his Twitch channel. But anyway, so this is Get the Shot. Fucking destroy. Like a never-ending breakdown, man.
Dude, it really is. That's fucking awesome. And here's the thing, like, I thought right before it got to this breakdown, I was like, oh, okay, this is in the song, it was good, and then it just hits again. It's like, oh, shit.
Dude, they're doing it fucking again.
Yo, I bet that fucking mosh pit gets tired.
Dude, they're like, you guys do breakdowns? Yes. All of it.
We're calling our band Breakdown. We do nothing but breakdowns, and then we have emotional breakdowns, and then, you know.
and then we take a pause, and then have another breakdown.
Just kidding, we don't pause.
Yeah,
oh, man. I like that.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste of like hardcore music. Like you really have to like that destroy kind of sound to
Oh, yeah.
to be able to enjoy that. If you don't like if you like melodic kind of metal, it's not really the kind of, I wouldn't suggest it, but
I mean, I do, but I like that. So,
yeah, I fucking love that actually.
Yeah.
It just gets all that anger out, huh?
very recently, I would say probably within the last like month or so, you would approach me and you would ask me if I had heard of Bad Omens. As I said, we would get a little bit more into this like the further we got into the episode. So I had already heard Bad Omens. I heard them, I think, for the first time sometime around last year, maybe like last summerish. I don't really 100% remember. Careful What You Wish For was the first song that I had heard by Bad Omens, which I found out because I watched an interview with the guitarist and with the vocalist. Is that actually that song had a lot of it was a dedication to Chester Bennington, the singer of Linkin Park. You know, he committed suicide back in 2017. That song was actually dedicated to him, and a lot of what it was just, you know, it's never too late to fight the fight. You don't give up, so on and so forth. So a lot of that song is actually dedicated to him, and I thought, I actually went back and listened to it after that. I was like, damn, that was really cool. But you had asked me if I had heard of them, and I was like, yeah, you know, I listened to him a little bit. I hadn't really got into him that much, and you mentioned you've been listening to him like every day. Not too much longer after that, because they just came out with the new album, The Death of Peace of Mind, and they're doing their Concrete Jungle tour, to which my former boss, supervisor, whatever, he and I are really close friends, and he and I are into the same music that you and I are into, right? And I we're both in the National Guard together. So I took a screenshot of their tour dates coming up, and they have a date where they're going to go to the Masquerade in Atlanta. It's a really good venue for a lot of metalcore bands that they use a lot. That's the first place I saw of Mice and Men, actually. And I was just like, damn it, man. Like, they, of course, would put the date right next to Drill. Like, and there was no way that we're going to make it to Drill in the morning if we did that, because it's a 4-hour drive, right? And he's like, hey, listen, there's a 4-hour drive to the one in Charlotte. Why don't we just go to that one? Which, like, why not? It's a day before. It's like, okay, yeah, I could probably swing that. So it was at that point where I was just like, let me actually start delving more into Bad Omens. And let me tell you what, man, like, it is very seldomly where I can listen to a band and think that every song that they have is an absolute banger. Because every song is well written.
Yeah, I've been
And-
feeling that way about every song from them. Sorry to cut you off, but like you're
You're
saying that,
good.
and it makes me think, dude. It's like I listen to Water's song, and I'm like, okay, this is their best song. And then I really get into that song. I listen to it like 5 times in the same day, and
Yep.
then the recent one is actually Concrete Jungle. Actually, that's the one I'm like, oh my god, this is their song. And then I get into another one, and it's like nonstop with this band. They've got this. Yeah, they really fucking did it. Like, man, I'm out of words when it comes to this band because it's something new to me, and it's
Yep.
because I've heard the name, but I didn't listen to anything
Yeah.
until recently. Like recently, I'm saying
Yeah.
like the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and I went through their whole catalog. And
I did too. Yeah. Yeah.
overly listened to them to the point where I was like, okay, I gotta stop listening to them because I'm gonna fucking,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kill them if I keep listening to them this much. It's actually I get emotional when I listen to some songs, and it
Mhm.
had been a while since I've listened to one of their any kind of song, and like actually get emotional about the lyrics.
Mhm.
We can listen to it later. It's the one that I'm talking about is Kingdom of Cards because
Oh, I love that one. Yes.
dude, it's like the combat, it's like the battle inside of yourself. If you
Yes.
really get into the lyrics and you listen to it, it's like
Yes.
it's the battle within. And for anybody that has been gone through like depression or just wants to like get over that mountain that they've been trying to fucking climb over for like so long but they can't find a way, this is the song to listen to for that one.
Oh yeah.
Man, I feel like we
That's-
should like fucking listen to every song from them tonight, but we won't
We
have that
we won't
time.
have the time. That would take forever. We'd
Oh,
literally be
man,
sitting here
yeah.
for like 4 more hours. I did want to say real quick. So the probably my favorite song, or my favorite album by them is "Finding God Before God Finds Me," and my
Yes.
favorite song by them, which you can actually see on the screen right there, is "Dethrone." I really, really enjoy that song. I love how heavy it is. The music video is great. I actually found out because I had some questions about them, right? Because
Mhm.
that album, there is a ton of religious references, and you will find that some of them may seem anti-Christian and some of them may seem Christian, right? And I was just like, okay, I gotta know. It's not like a make or break for me because I'm Christian. Like, it's not a big make or break for me, right? But I was like, are they like an anti-Christian band? I had to look it up. So then I listened to the interview that I referenced a minute ago, and they are not an anti-Christian band. They are not a Christian band, right? They are like Noah, whom is the primary songwriter, and he is a vocalist for the band. He said that he wants everybody from all walks of life to be able to come and actually participate and enjoy their music. He said that he leaves a lot of the lyrics to be ambiguous, to be open-ended to whatever your interpretation is, and I can completely respect that.
Mhm.
He likes to pull from different things on all of the songs that they do, and also he mentioned, and I think this is really what makes his music so well written. I say his music, but their music so well written, is the fact that he mentions in the interview that he writes music for a lot of other bands that are, from the United States, but also from all over the
Really?
world. Yes. And he said, I write music for all of these other bands all the time, and it helps me as a songwriter. It helps me sonically to be able to work on other different types of music work for other artists, help them out, but it helps me and it helps Bad Omens because I'm able to put so much more thought
Well,
and
that would
effort
make a
into my
lot of
songs.
sense
It
into the
does.
creativity
It
into this band.
it does. So, and I think that's why I like them even more because you got to think he is getting so much practice on a daily basis, and like he's
Yeah.
dedicated his entire life to this, right? Bands do that, right? But he, I think, is approaching it from a very different way. And you got to think, Bad Omens has not been around for very long. They've been around for 6
2013, 14?
years.
Really? Hang on. Really?
Yeah.
What was their first album?
It was a self-titled. It was Bad Omens, and I think it came out in 2017 or 2016. It was 2016. 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, and then 2018, I believe was when their sophomore album, "Finding God Before God Finds Me," came out, and then they just released "The Death of Peace of Mind." They've had other songs in between then, but yeah. So let's start off with Kingdom of Cards, right?
I just want to say something about that album.
Which
That
one?
you're probably gonna be pretty surprised about. Finding God Before God Finds Me. So there's a band that you'd probably be surprised that I actually listened to in my past and that I actually enjoy. It's called Duran Duran.
Yeah,
They
no,
actually
yeah.
they cover that Duran Duran song in that album. Can you figure out which one it is?
Hold on, let me look really quick while we. Is it in the deluxe album or is it in the regular album?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I know it's in the deluxe album. I'm gonna tell you if it's in the other album too. It's in the deluxe album. So that'll probably give you. That's actually a pretty big fucking hint right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty big fucking hint. And the way they did justice to that song, man, because it's not a really good representative of what Duran Duran really is, in the sense that when Duran Duran wrote the album that song came from, it didn't. It was more of a '90s feel to
Mhm.
what they usually do, like running. What's that fucking song? Girls on Film, like those eras of
Was
Duran
it
Duran.
was it Come Undone?
Yes, it was.
Okay, see, and that's the thing. Like when I was listening to it, I originally thought it was Coming Undone. Like that was it was that. I
From Korn.
and here I just think I don't like Corn, so I immediately just
Buddy.
I don't, man. Like I like some of their songs, some of them, they hit well with me, but most of them I don't. So then, like, gonna be honest, I pretty much immediately wrote the song off without even like really listening because I don't really like Corn. I like that song, but I was like, I don't like Corn. And then I was just like, wait a minute. And I actually sat down today, and I was just like, let me listen to this song again. And I realized it's like I'm being fucking stupid. This is an absolute banger too.
No
And then I was
way that
I
there
was
was a Korn song.
well, I mean, like again, Coming Undone. That's
Yeah.
and then I listened to it. And I was just like, wait a minute, I know this song. I know the song, and I didn't really think about it until like when you said it was a Duran Duran song. It's just like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, okay, it has to be that song.
They actually really did a good job with that cover, and covers are hard to fucking like do justice to, but they made it sound like
justice to.
it was not a Duran Duran song. They took a song from somebody else and made it sound like it was an original song, which is
Yes.
fucking really cool of them to be able to do. But let's
Yes.
Kingdom of Cards, man.
Let's get into Kingdom of Cards.
Gave it all to burn forever underneath the rain, drowning in the present of a past that I couldn't change, writing songs instead of letters because I'm too afraid. It's a mask that you will get, but when I take it off, remember that you asked for this. I tore myself apart to give you all that I could give. Don't think that I will let it go, don't think that I'll forget. I thought I wanted legacy, I thought I wanted fame. I didn't know I'd lose all my loved ones in exchange. Left them all behind, and yeah, for that I am ashamed. But that's the price I'm paying till I'm buried in my grave. Underneath the rain, drowning in the present of a past that I couldn't change. Writing songs instead of letters because I'm too afraid. Afraid of coming back to find that everything is the same. I'll do it all over again from the start. And this time you're not leaving me in the dark. You took me for granted, now look where you are. On top of the kingdom, you built up the crown. I thought I wanted legacy, I thought I wanted fame. I didn't know I'd lose all my loved ones in exchange. Left them all behind, and yeah, for that I am ashamed. But that's the price I'm paying till I'm buried in my grave. I'll do it all over again. I'll do it again. This time you're not leaving me. I'll do it again.
Chills. It's that
So
song.
while
It's so
while
hard.
going over that song, I've been trying to take apart the lyrics and really dig deep into what they're saying, and it seems like it's, as you were saying earlier, that he likes to let the listener take like their own perspective of the song. It
Mhm.
seems it music is really personal, and when I
Yeah.
say that, it's like everybody can take a song and use it to their advantage in their own personal way. You can take a song and make it into a happy song as much as you can take it into a song that make you feel stronger in times that you're weak.
Mhm.
You feel weak. I feel like that's one of those songs where, oh man, he talks. It feels like he's talking about himself, getting over obstacles in life,
Yep.
and there's this individual in the background that's just pulling him back. And he says in there that there's a lyric where I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly the lyric, but it was saying, if I were to go back to the start, I would leave you in the dark. I think that's what he said. So it feels like he's if he were to go back into the past, he wouldn't let that person take control of himself.
Yeah.
So he could rise to the top of that mountain
Mm-hmm.
even stronger than he was the first time around.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on the song. And those last chorus, man, the last, like the chants, just so powerful. This song was, I think this is my 2022 song right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Oh man. This one and again, we can't go through all the songs. I want to go through a few, right? Because I absolutely love this band. They very very quickly became one of my favorite bands in no time. I find myself listening to them all day.
Too easily. And it's scary actually how easily you can listen to them all day.
Yeah. Can we play Dethrone next?
Of course. Dude.
I've really trying to been figure out the meaning for dethrone, because to me at first it was kind of like a big fu to the man upstairs, but like the further I look into it and the more I listen to it, I'm like, that's not what it is. It seems like it is at face value, but like there's a much deeper meaning to it. I haven't quite figured it out. I do want to state they actually, all the dirt and stuff that's in this video, again, they mentioned it in the interview. There's another band that's actually used like that very same dirt for that video, but that was shot in their dining room house.
This was shot in their dining room.
Yes. Yes. They do a lot
Alrighty
of
then.
they do a lot of their music videos like on their own, and I think that's why they're so much better.
I think of bands that do that shit on their own is always better.
Always are.
Their limits, they don't have limits at that point. I'm sorry to bring this up because it's a really big band, but fucking Motley Crue, that had that fuck you mentality, and they ended up paying for a lot of their own shit, and look where they are today, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't like Motley Crue, do you?
Still,
Well,
still,
then.
still did more drugs and sex than all of us. So, anyways,
I don't see any problem with that.
I didn't say there was a problem with that. Oh, I have to unmute the stream because I'm trying to keep the ads out.
Yeah.
Silly ads are all in French. I don't speak
No, this
French.
one is not. This
really?
is not in French, this one. Tequila. Dude, that's very Spanish if you ask me.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. So, I love that song so much, dude.
What a way to keep metalcore alive.
Yes, and like again, like you saw that video, they shot that in their dining room.
I can see that happening because if you have a good green screen, they're just dressing up at that point and just
Yeah.
dancing in front of a green screen. But that's pretty fucking cool to know that they did that in their
Yeah.
dining room, dude.
Yeah, that's insane. And that's, I mean, like, it's not, I wouldn't say like it's the most extravagant music video that I've ever seen. It's a really good one, but like for the fact that like they did that all themselves
Okay,
is even
okay.
more fantastic.
I'm gonna take what you just said. I'm gonna give them a little more credit. It doesn't seem extravagant, but think about. Have you ever seen Metallica's? Fuck. They have a music video that reminds me. Well, this video reminds me of a Metallica video. It's from one of their. It's either Fuel or, the albums. Those double albums they came out with in the '90s. Metallica.
Well, I mean, and I said
Yep,
not super extravagant. Like I'm not taking any credit away from them. They put a
Load or
lot of
reload?
work
Okay,
into it.
hang on. Until it sleeps. So the video resembles a lot like this because it sounds like they're talking about fucking God in this song. Take me to the pearly gates.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like it, I think at face value that's what it is. I think there's a much deeper meaning to it. And I don't know if they're talking about a demon. I don't know if it's like Satan saying that or something else. Like I have no idea if in that moment he was just angry with God or whatever the case may be. But I think there's a much deeper meaning than just like, hey, fuck you. Like,
so where I was going with like this whole video is that Metallica came out with a video. It's called Until It Sleeps in '94 with the Load album, and it resembles a lot like this. But if you ever seen the video, it's really it's very dark, and I'm pretty sure it costed them hundreds of $1,000s to fucking film, and it's this compared to that video. I mean, you say it's not extravagant. Why am I having such a hard time saying that word? But you're saying that it's not that big of a video. But I mean, if you compare the two, and they did this in their dining room, that's actually a pretty fucking dope video, if you ask me.
Yeah. No, again, like I said, I'm not taking credit away from them. I'm not saying that the video is not absolutely dope, but I'm just saying like they didn't have to throw a lot of money into it to make it what it was. Like they took what they had. A couple of cameras, some outstanding costume designers, makeup artists, and everything. Like they did this so well and with very little resources, right? Because like they're big right now, but at the time, like when they filmed this, they really were still pretty fresh. You know,
the video's got 7.8 million views on YouTube.
That's a lot.
Within 2 years, yeah, that's a lot. Like their new stuff doesn't even have close to 1 million. Look, Bad Omens, the last video they came out with 11 days ago, only has 373K.
That's the thing. Like they're still new, and there's still like not a lot of people that know about them. So like every time someone's like, "Hey, you've ever heard of Bad Omens?" Yes, I have.
Death of Peace of Mind has 5.3 million views in only 9 months. That's actually a lot of fucking views in 9 months.
It is, right? That's the thing.
Half of that is me, but
yeah, right. That's actually
you know
really
how I
good
actually
song
learned
too.
about this band? Because I heard the name. I know I'm pretty sure I've heard the name. I just didn't listen to the music. It's actually from Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm part of the I follow Sumerian Records, and
Yeah, I do
they
too.
did an announcement on like their top 5 videos or something like that, and I was like, this actually it's pretty fucking good, and that's how I started. Hey, what's up?
Oh, Nick is here with us now.
Jeez, right at the end of the podcast too. What's up, brother?
At the end, we're not done. Yeah.
Wait, how many hours do you want to go in this? We're going almost 10 hours. 10 hours, 2 hours in.
We're not done yet. We have
All
so
right.
listen. We have this right. We have like let's say like a couple more songs from Bad Omens, and then I want to go through a little bit of the Slipknot, and then I wanted to touch I Prevail a little bit because they just came out with a new album, and then let's each pick 3 songs from what's on our repeat.
That's right. It's gonna be pretty fucking easy to do because we've already listened to my songs on repeat.
Yeah.
Okay, which one do you want? The Death of Peace of Mind.
That's it. That's okay. If we're gonna pick one from their new album, and we pick Just Pretend.
Just Pretend. Oh yeah. Hang on a second. Do they have a video for that yet?
I don't know.
Who cares? Just Pretend. I know which one you're talking about. Just Pretend.
No, it's yeah, it's that one at the top, I think, but they don't have like a music video for it.
No, it's a
Yeah.
visual audio stream.
Dude, look at
And
the
of course,
in front of Chris's face. You don't.
No, I meant to bring it with me. I forgot. I have the
No,
other one here.
I was just kidding because the other one's so huge.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah,
actually,
I'm not using my Samsung.
yeah, we can actually see you. You can't hide behind the mic today, boy. That mic is huge.
how you doing? Where are you at? I thought you were on vacation.
I am. I'm in Tampa.
Tampa Bay, bro.
Tampa.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that I know more about like American states than I knew about Canadian cities.
Yeah, Tampa's a pretty big state.
Yeah, they have a hockey team. I think that's probably why I know about them. That's the Canadian side of me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, outside of the
Canada.
state of Tampa, there's Florida.
Florida.
Florida? Florida?
Yeah,
Florida.
that's right.
I remember the day I realized that Florida meant Florida. I nearly shit myself. Hey, you wanted to get into Slipknot now, right?
Well, since we're all learning things for the first time.
Are you pregnant?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know what?
What that it was stood for Porta. I didn't know that.
No way.
I just never put two and two together, man. I don't fucking know. All right, listen. Anyways, we can skip past that.
No way, dude.
Anyways, segueing into
His chain had the fucking
that's
the form of Florida Street on it too. No, dude, I felt the same way when I figured it out. Don't worry.
do you want to play one more?
Yeah.
Okay, you pick.
I will definitely pick. Okay, so, dude, this is gonna be hard. You're making me predict now. What's up, Banshee? How you doing, buddy? Oh, you're on your phone, aren't you? Okay. So I'm going. Sorry. Maybe. So I'm fucking. There's, dude. I'm
I
hesitating
have-
between
I
Concrete
have a bunch.
Jungle or the Death of Peace of Mind.
They're both good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Death of Peace of Mind because he really flexes his vocal abilities in the song. Is he really can dig those high notes really, and it's really clean as
Yes.
high notes, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Défie le chaos.
Flow
Détache
rider.
tes envies. DoorDash.
That's what I said. Since we're all learning things for the first time.
Yeah.
I made another mistake. Thought I could change. Thought I could make it out. Promises break. Need to hear you say you're gonna keep it. You say my name. The way you bend, the way you break. Your makeup running down your face. The way you touch, the way you taste. When the curtains call the time, will we both go home alive? It wasn't hard to realize. Love's the death of peace of mind. You're in the walls that I made with crosses and frames, hanging upside down for granted.
Weird how they don't have nipples, so we can see boobs. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
I was sitting there like when I saw this video the other day, I was like, those are some really big fucking nipple pasties. Like,
When the curtains call the time, will we both go home alive? It wasn't hard to realize. Love's the death of peace of mind. When the curtains call the time, will we both be satisfied? It wasn't hard to realize. Love's the death of peace of mind. Love's the death of peace of mind. You come and go in waves, leaving me in your wake. You come and go in waves, swallowing everything.
top five bands is Deftones.
Mm.
If you're a fan of Deftones, everybody knows that there's that one word that goes with the vibe of it, which is very sexual vibe. And
Right.
that song, "The Death of Peace of Mind," is a very sexual tone and vibe to that song, man. Which is completely different to where they're like Death Throne, right?
Mm.
Um,
It's good though. I like it a lot.
yeah, it was
Like-
some good shit, man.
So let's move on a little bit. I don't really I kind of don't want to play the whole EP. The main song is the Yen, Yen by Slipknot. Is their new EP that they just released? I think September
No,
or
4 weeks ago.
August. Oh, was it?
4 weeks ago, it says here.
Huh?
Off of the official
In a little bit.
Slipknot page.
Oh.
Yeah, the Dying Song. The Yen? I heard the Dying Song, but I didn't listen to Yen.
I like the Dying Song more, but look, the Yen was the main song from the.
Well, let's fucking
Rapunzel
do
was
it.
bored of waiting for a prince to come and save her. So she ordered a ladder with Prime one-day delivery.
And gotta love these
The
ads.
hairdressing empire, obviously.
I
Choose everything.
Even if you have premium, it's like it doesn't really stop them.
don't have premium. I'm not going to be fucking paying them premium.
Absolutely
They
not.
make enough money.
Absolutely.
It sounds like they're getting into the roots of where they use a lot of sampling in their songs
Yeah.
from their original 2 first albums.
Yeah.
Ooh, the bass as well.
Yes.
all I can think about. The smell of sweat and blood. I would feed you all my pleasures just to drown in all of yours. Have you heard of me? Are you hurting me? Let me savor what I'm waiting for. A chance to make me choke. You're all I can think about. The taste is red and rust. Can I hold you in my mouth until I fade into this form? Can you cover me?
Dude.
I knew I was gonna have to listen to it again. I knew I was.
Yeah,
like,
dude, this is my first time hearing this, and woof.
yeah.
This game is fine by me.
It's a lot better the second time I'm listening to it. I think earlier I was also just busy doing something else. I wasn't able to pay attention to it, but I like it. I like it
When
now.
you hear new music, you need to keep all your attention on that shit. You can't be
Yeah.
busy listening to new music. Dude, this sounds so much like their older stuff.
It does. Yeah, it's much better this next time around.
Whoa. So my first impressions, because this is the first time I've heard that song, is if Volume 3 in Iowa had a baby, it sounds so much like when he's doing like that spoken word kind of verse,
Yeah.
it sounds like a lot of like the Disaster Peas Iowa sound. And
Mhm.
then the chorus hits and it sounds so much like Volume 3.
hmm
I definitely am digging that. I can't wait to hear the whole album when it start, if they this is just an EP, right? For now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait for an LP to come out.
Yes. Yes. So, like I said, I was driving, I think, earlier when I listened to it. I was just like, oh, yeah, Slipknot came out with some new stuff. And I was like, it's all right. Like, and actually, like, sitting here listening to it, like, really focusing on it, so much better. And to me, I'll probably bring this on later if we have, like, a time where we just focus on non-American Canadian bands or whatever, to where, like, you're not speaking English. To me, they remind me. This song kind of reminds me of a band called. It's actually probably my favorite German band. And they have a lot of like horror esque themes to a lot of their music videos and a lot of their songs and stuff. And it has that kind of vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to like get into that at some point.
Oomph.
Oomph.
I think you've shown me this before.
I may have. I really like their music. I first heard them in high school because I took German in high school. And then that was one of the things that our teacher first showed us was a song called Alganoff, which God, the song is actually called Ready or Not or I'm Coming in English is what it translates to, but it's not actually.
C-U-M or C-O-M? That's important to know. C-U-M or C-O-M?
What do you mean?
I'm coming.
It's spelled K-U-M.
Oh.
K-U-M. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
It's German, huh?
The music video was like a hide and seek themed, like it's like the house ended up kind of being like in hell or something. I don't know. It's I'll have to show you later. But anyways, yeah, man,
we
that's
should have like a podcast just on German music because there's so many German bands.
Dude, it really is.
Dude, we butter their bread with butter. Fucking Eskimo Callboy. There's so many fucking bands. Rammstein, of course.
I mean, yeah, that's the main one, man. I love Rammstein, but I mean, like, there are other many good German bands, and I give credit where credit's due, especially when it comes to the Rammstein's pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
They are just
they just went through Montreal.
Yeah.
And there's a city that's near Montreal called Longueuil, and it's about 13 kilometers.
Can you say that one more time?
Longueuil.
Stop making up words.
It looks like you're saying long gay with like a bunch of peanut butter in your mouth.
It's spelled Longuiel.
There he is. That's you see like this really like
Those
7
vowels
foot
don't
tall
go together.
7 foot tall like gay porn star. Like, yeah, that you see that guy over there? That's the long gay.
I never put that together. But, so they just passed like a week or two ago, and apparently the show was so big with Ohio because you know that they have like licenses. Each of them have their own license.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why their show is so fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
And their show shook so much that it was shaking houses 13 kilometers, which is I believe is 6.8 miles away from the actual show. And people were like, what the fuck is going on? And I went through like the news, like the newspapers and shit like that. Like I would love to see one of their shows, but they've only been like to Canada like 6 or 7 times. Not that much.
Damn, sounds like you gotta come to the US sometime. Super crazy. Anyway.
Texas it is.
Yeah.
All right. So are we listening to another Slipknot or did you want to go to
we can, or we can move over to I Prevail's new album. Your choice.
I think we should go to I Prevail because I think Slipknot deserves its own podcast.
Sure.
And its own episode, I mean. Because Slipknot is such a big part of my metal awakening, if you will. I think they deserve their own little episode. So we can go to I Prevail. And which is the song that they just came out with?
And just so that we were clarifying things, this is not like Beat Lab is not a new podcast. It is just us personalizing USOB content to, allow people to kind of understand who we are more as people and like interact with our friends and stuff. And it's, another way for Beat Night to have an excuse to hang out. We can tell our ladies, hey, listen, we're jamming out to some tunes.
My lady is not aware
Yeah.
of any of this, by the way.
She'll be
sleeping right
fine.
now 'cause
Yeah.
she's fat and pregnant. So
That's not what I was told a beat lab is.
Oh. This is
listen,
it's
the
a
circle
different-
jerk.
It's
stays
an
between the
innuendo,
circle jerk,
okay? So I'm kind of picky on some of their new songs. So like I feel like as far as I Prevail is, Trauma is their best album. Trauma is great. Like there's nothing a part of Trauma that I hate. But I wanted to throw in, gotta find it. Wasn't Closure. I
Self-destruction.
want to say it was Bad Things is the one that I really like from them. On that album, I don't like Body Bag. I don't like Body Bag. I don't care what anybody says. Some people are like, "Oh, the song goes hard." No, Body Bag sucks. It's not good. I like Choke and Bad Things. Those are probably like two favorites from their new album.
It's the whiskey. Sorry. Nick is texting.
Oh
me
yeah,
at the same time.
he texted me and he's just like, "I like it when Beat's drunk. His Canadian comes out." Yeah, it does.
Yeah. All right. I guess I got to be drunk for these fucking
Yeah.
podcasts then.
I messaged them. I was
Sound
like,
like
"You
you're
sound drunk."
Yeah.
Like, you slurred a word, but can't
What-
tell if it's your accent. or
which one was it?
Do Bad Things.
Okay. Well, that's not what I was asking, but okay, I'll do Bad Things.
Des bulles.
Des bulles.
Des bulles.
Des bulles.
What are they saying?
Vous accumulez des points
Bubbles.
en plus de vos milles aériens pour que vous puissiez découvrir
Bulle
toutes
means
les
bubbles,
belles
and I have a cat that's actually called Bulle.
His name is Bill.
Bulle. Bubbles.
There's 2 ads on this. What is this shit,
This is YouTube.
bro?
It's
What
great for
what
kids
is
right now.
what is Canada? A fucking amusement park?
Yeah. Have you not been?
No.
We got trees and shit. Moose.
I wouldn't subject myself
Meese?
to that kind of torture.
Hey,
willingly.
whoa. You live in Florida.
You mean
Talking about
Flow
torture.
Rider?
Flow Rider? You mean Flow Rider?
Don't play with things you don't know, no. I'm falling into dark thoughts that I find. Reality is hung on, but that's fine. And my mind is dangerous. Don't play with things you don't know, no. I know you hate to see it, but you never wanna talk about it. And hate yourself a little more when you can't live without it. It's like praying for rain when you're already drowning. Yeah, so go ahead and twist the knife. I can feel the damage. Always searching for the high, never get the habit. It's like praying for rain, but I'm already drowning. I keep staring at the stars in my blood. I'm ready for disaster. Repetition's been fun. If I got out, it's a goddamn shame. I push away the people that I love the most. Addicted to the feeling and the chemicals. I'm holding on to hope, but it only destroys me. 'Cause I'm in love with bad things. I keep on falling like it's summer going into autumn. I keep on digging even though I'm about to hit the bottom. It's like praying for change, but I never found it. No, I never found it. Yeah, so go ahead and twist the knife. I can feel the damage. Always searching for the high, never keep the habit. It's like praying for change, but I never found it. I keep staring at the sun. It's in my blood. I'm ready for disaster. Repetition's been fun. If I got out, it's a goddamn shame. I push away the people that I love the most. Addicted to the feeling and the chemicals. I'm holding on to hope, but it
Looking into the abyss, the future is a myth. I'm holding on to hope, it's a problem I admit. Letting go of my fear, a feeling I miss. The devil is real and I'm caught in his grip. Looking into the abyss, the future is a myth. I'm holding on to hope, it's a problem I admit. Letting go of my fear, a feeling I miss. The devil is real and I'm caught in his grip.
I keep staring at the sun, it's in my blood. I'm heading for disaster. Burn bridges, just burn fun. If I run up, addicted to the feeling and the chemicals. I'm holding on to hope, but it only destroys me. 'Cause I'm in love with bad things. Yeah, I'm in love with bad
The devil is real and I'm caught in his grip.
What'd you think?
I got a couple things to say.
Okay.
So I feel it threw me off when he started the unclean vocalist when he started doing a little bit of that rap style kind of thing.
Fair.
I'm gonna have to listen to this song a couple more times to see if I can actually get into this. Maybe it's because I'm not sober right now, but I feel they're trying something different. The unclean vocalist caught me off guard for real. The tone of the guitar was a little off to me. I was getting into it when the chorus was banging though. That I was getting into.
Yeah.
But
It took me a couple. Listen, man. Like, so I was writing with a friend of mine. He only like really listens to Sirius XM. He listens to Octane, and was it Body Bag and Bad Things came on, and I already listened to Body Bag, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not, you know. I think I Prevail is great, and I like what they do, but I just wasn't a fan of that. And then listening to Bad Things, it took me a few times, and I was just like, okay, like I got it. So yeah, again, to me, nothing beats Trauma. Nothing beats that album.
yeah,
in
Trauma
terms-
was pretty much their best album
like
so far.
I was going through so much when that album came out,
Mhm.
right? And it helped me get through a lot. So to me, it was just
Yeah, I think Trauma was a really good album as well. I can't go far down because now it's bringing me to like Beartooth and shit like that, which we can bring to another podcast. I'm gonna have to listen to that a couple more times.
it's fair.
Man, that fucking those when the unclean vocalist started rapping, that caught me really off guard.
Yeah, I noticed that there's a lot of bands that are using like hip hop rap influence in some of their stuff too, where they're kind of doing it a little bit more, and I don't hate it. I really don't. I think sometimes it's not really well done, just depending on who's doing it. I think to me personally, I think I Prevail executed it pretty well. But I mean, you see, like Linkin Park used to do that too, like a long time ago.
Well,
but it was
feels like-
different.
yeah.
So
It feels like their bands are trying to bring back that new metal sound.
Yes. Yes.
What's that Ashes band? From New to Ashes or something like that.
Oh, Ashes to New.
Ashes to New. Yeah, they're
Yes.
trying to bring.
I like
that
them
s-
too.
I don't.
Uh,
I
It's a shame.
tried. I really, really tried. I
Shame.
feel like that. Yeah.
I think you
I
got to
even-
find the right song, man.
When they even have a song with the singer from In Flames on one of their songs. I tried getting into it. I don't know. I think that time has passed, man. Even Linkin Park, man, they changed their style with the years, huh?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, but they've always kind of changed their stuff up. I wish I could find
Yeah, and
that song. I have a song from Ashes to New that I was listening to pretty recently that I really like.
I can't get into. I like
fine.
we'll put it on for sure, but I tried. I really tried from Ashes to New, and
It's okay.
most people they say, "Well, you like Linkin Park, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I like Linkin Park." Hybrid Theory was a fucking great album,
There's
and they're like, "Well, how come you can't listen to this?" And I just don't get it. I don't know why I can't get into it. I like Hollywood Undead. I like all those like rap metal kind of bands.
Yep.
The Limp Bizkit. I like all those
Yep.
like rap metal. It's new
That was a
metal.
different time, though, man. That was a different time because you were just coming out of like 80s hip hop, right? And then you're talking about like Limp Bizkit, right? Like we're talking like 90s to like early 2000s, but a lot of these bands were doing that, so it was okay.
Well,
It was okay
actually
then.
early 90s.
That's why I
Think
said
about it.
that's why I said 90s to
Yeah,
early
yeah.
2000s.
The
So
first album from Korn was 94.
yeah,
Limp Bizkit, I think, was 95. And if you really want to go to where the new metal sound came from, you had Aerosmith with Run DMC, Walk This Way.
Yep.
Which to me would be, unless there's something else that I'm missing, would be technically the first new metal song. And then you had Anthrax with Anthrax and Public Enemy, Bring the Noise. And that would be the real first heavy new metal song. And it just feels like today that there's genres of music that will keep going on. Metalcore, I think, will be a thing that will last for another 10 years or so, with it changing a little bit.
Yeah.
You have classic metal bands like Metallica. Well, we talked about Metallica, but like Megadeth, they come out with new albums all the time, and it's still a big thing. But I think new metal had its era, and I think it should stay there. And
that's
that's
fair.
how I feel about this "I Prevail" song right there. It was bad
things.
Right?
That's fair, man. I get it. Like, and I understand it's not for everybody, right?
It feels like I feel like that genre should stay in that era. We should still respect it and listen to it because when I still bang out to Hybrid Theory, but I think it should stay in that area. But that's just my personal opinion.
Who doesn't?
Obviously.
Like, listen. Like, when Linkin Park came out with Hybrid Theory, they really set the tone for what they were doing, what they were trying to accomplish. They have done that tenfold. And that's not to say that I like all of their albums, because there were some of them where I was just like, meh, but
yeah, I think like where they really changed off was that Thousand Suns.
I didn't like that. I don't like that album. I didn't like A Thousand Suns.
The third album was, which one was it called again? There's Hybrid Theory.
Right.
After that, there was you'll say the name and I'll fucking remember.
Starts with an M, right? It was
Metarium or something like
Metoria or something like that.
Metoria with Bad Habits. Was it Habits? Yeah, Bad Habit.
Yeah.
And then they came out with their third album with the song from Transformers or whatever the fuck it was.
New Divide.
No,
that was the name. That was the name of the song, and that was in Transformers.
Yeah, the second Transformers, but the first Transformers.
Oh,
we're going way off topic here, but
are we?
Are we? It was.
You're okay. So you're thinking of Minutes to Midnight as the other one.
Yeah, I believe so. What I've done is the first song that they came
Minutes
out
to Midnight.
With.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
535 million plays on. Yeah. Dude, in the end, has 1.3 billion plays on Spotify.
Of course it does. Come on.
What the fuck? Their last album was dope too, though. I gotta admit, man.
I think Chester really got into like what he was really feeling, especially with Heavy. Not a lot of people like Heavy. I connected really well with Heavy. Again, going through shit at the time. So it was just
I think we were going through that because that was the year I was getting like not divorced, but I was breaking up with the mother of my kids.
Yeah.
So that album really hit me hard.
It resonated with me.
Yeah, for sure. Was there another "I Prevail" song that you want to go through, or was there?
We don't have to. We can kind of just leave it at that if you want. I know that we've been doing this for a little while, so if you want to go on, what's on repeat on your playlist? Give me.
Go to the repeat. Okay, hang on a second. Let me go to Spotify, because Spotify is my go-to shit lately, right?
Pick 3 songs from your repeat. We'll listen to that. We'll pick 3 songs from my repeat. And then if either of these two gentlemen have any input song they want to listen to, no matter what it is, we will play it.
What is on my repeat lately? The thing is, like, we pretty much went through them tonight. I went through.
I have more. I have
I went
more.
through some
A lot
Attack
of it is
Attack
bad
this
omens.
week. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This past week, if we're going weekly, there was a lot of Get the Shot and Sudden Waves. So Get the Shot we listened to earlier. Sudden Waves. Is there another Sudden Waves I can play? Sorry about that.
Gross.
Fuck it. Sudden Waves. I listened to some country too, which I'm not completely 100% proud of, but you know, I felt that way today because I was driving my Ram truck around.
Dude, listen, country hits different too, and I don't care what anybody says. 90s country is the best, and man, I love me some Alan Jackson. Oh my gosh.
Let's not go there.
Why not?
One of my top threes this week is Sudden Waves, No Strings Attached, which is another Quebec band. You'll see more of the new guitarist that's in there. His name is Vincent B. Dorion. Of course, that's not actually how he pronounces it. It's Vincent, his real name. So, Quebec French knowledge right there.
This is a banger, bro. This Visa commercial.
Un nouveau plan de paiement flexible.
I'm sorry, what?
A new payment plan that's flexible. That's the dog food representative right there.
Hell yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It was good. It was really good.
What's on your top three, my man?
Okay, so The first one I'm gonna go with is "Bury Me Alive" by Self Deception.
Bury me alive. Self-deception. Hmm.
I try my hardest not to fall apart. I get the furthest when my mind is dark. I see the clearest when I'm in the blind. I look for some places. Is it over? Is it over? Alone is the way that I feel at home. Insecurities in my bones, and down the hole I climb. Let it bury me, let it bury me alive. And the hardest thing on my past is that no one knows I am a mess. And down the hole I climb, let it bury me alive. Sometimes I feel alive. Sometimes I'd rather die. Sometimes it's all at once. Sometimes I'm fucking done. Alone is the way that I feel at home. Insecurities in my bones, and down the hole I climb. Let it bury me, let it bury me alive. And the hardest thing on my past is that no one knows I am a mess. And down the hole I climb. Let it bury me alive. Ow! I see the clearest when I'm in the blind. I search for something I will never find. Sometimes it's emptiness. Sometimes I'm full of fear. Fast forward and rewind. I do it all the time. Alone is the way that I feel at home. Insecurities in my bones, and down the hole I climb. Let it bury me, let it bury me alive. And the hardest thing on my past is that no one knows I am a mess. And down the hole I climb. Let it bury me, let it bury me alive.
What you think?
I never heard of this band. I'm actually,
Yeah.
I really dug it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like if I'm in my feels or if I'm working out or something, that is a song that definitely comes up. It is
I can get that.
yeah.
There's something that's coming up in my head though.
Okay.
Why is it spelled bury, but we actually pronounce it berry?
Why do you cook bacon and bake cookies?
Excuse me?
You heard what I said.
Why
Why
do
do you cook bacon and bake cookies?
What? Because you bake fucking cookies and you cook bacon.
Think
What does
about
that
it.
even mean?
Think
man?
about
What
it.
does that mean?
Think about it. Bacon, bake, cookies, cook.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways, what's your next one?
Okay. My next top three. Well, let's just fucking cut that out. What's my top three right now, man? It's just fucking.
No, it doesn't have to be top three. Just three that's been on repeat. Three that's been on repeat.
Oh, dude. This week, I've been listening to a lot of fucking Joe Rogan podcasts. To be quite
Well,
honest.
okay. So if you go on, you use Spotify, right? If you
Yeah.
go on Spotify, you can find the playlist that says on repeat, and it'll show you what you've been listening to.
Based on your recent listening, throwback best. Where do you see that?
It's on there somewhere.
So much punk, hip hop, Bad Omens, suggested artists. Hang on. If I type repeat in search, would it give it to me?
On repeat, yeah.
Oh, there you go. On repeat.
You didn't know
Well
about this?
then,
You didn't know about this feature?
No. So my top three are apparently not what I thought it was.
I said it doesn't have to be top three, just whatever's on repeat. Just 3 songs from on repeat.
Okay.
Two left, my friend.
I'm actually gonna go with something we haven't talked about tonight, and I think it's actually a really big part of like my music choices in the past year. Ice Nine Kills.
Okay, yeah, I actually heard them for the first time earlier this year with their
Holy
the
shit.
American Nightmare album.
Yeah, I've actually been listening to them a lot in the past year. So I've been really pushing hard for my kids to get into metal. They haven't been,
Yeah.
but I show them. I've been listening to a lot of Ice Nine Kills around them, and they got into this song called "A Grave Mistake." That's not the one I'm going to be playing tonight, but it's the song that got them into them. So, and I think that's something really cool I've been doing with my daughters is that, especially my oldest one, because she's turning 11 this week, and I've been teaching her that this band actually what they do is they take a horror movie, and then they make lyrics and make a song out of it.
Yes.
Which I find fucking unique, and it's really cool because even if you're not a horror movie fan, you can actually appreciate the song because you
appreciate the effort.
You can only take the connection between the two if you actually know both worlds. And I grew up, I literally spend most of my nights, when you're just like going through Netflix or something and you never actually watch a movie, but you're just fucking spending most of your time just looking to which. Well, mine is more of like the horror film kind of genre. And I find it cool because I've been actually every song that they came out, like, dude, I've been watching it with them. With her actually, with my oldest. We recently watched Pet Cemetery. We watched the remake, which is not as good, of course, as the original, but the song for it is Funeral Derangements. It's based off the movie Pet Cemetery. I think it's a perfect metalcore song from them because it's got that whole melodic chorus, but the verse is so fucking heavy. So we'll do this. This is from my top 3 of this week.
I gotta say, when it comes to like, I don't like horror movies. I just personally, I think horror movies are stupid. But I appreciate the work that goes into a lot of them, especially like the classics, right? I appreciate the work that goes into them. And for whatever reason, even though I don't like that genre of movies, like I love it when bands like get into horror-esque things. It's just, to me, it's awesome. I don't know.
Weird. I think metal and horror go together though.
They do.
It's the dark side of them. Like the classical horror band would be the Misfits.
Right.
And all the way to, I guess this band would be the most modern band for the horror theme. But dude, okay, let's go through. And they're very theatrical. This band, they're like the Alice Cooper of this era, I would say, because their live performances are very theatrical. They do good fucking show, man. I gotta see these guys live sometime.
They say behind those gates, that's not a life away. What's those beyond the pain? Come back beyond the pain. The church bells ringing, lots of digging back. You'll never know it's missing. Never kiss the kid's cage. Oh my God. We pray to thee, our God, O my Father, for the blessings you provide us. Don't do it. I have to. I'll see you on the other side, but I'd kill to bring you back tonight. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. I'll take from sorrow and disgust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. Sometimes it gets better. Yeah, sometimes it is better. They say that time is up, but I would hate the call. Still, I can't escape the struggle. Driven with my stress and struggle. Nothing content on my own. Nothing here to set in stone. Free me, free me. All hell the same to me. I'll see you on the other side, but I kill to bring you back tonight. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. I'll take from sorrow and disgust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. It all began with a skid on the pavement. It ends here with funeral arrangements. The flesh is living, but the souls have smiled. The wrath of God lays beneath their soil. I'll see you on the other side, but I kill to bring you back tonight. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. I'll take from sorrow and disgust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right.
That was good.
Yeah, this goes on forever, by the way. They're very theatrical with their music videos as well.
Yeah, that was
But-
really good.
Fun fact, my original name was supposed to be Gage, like the character in the movie. But apparently my mother didn't like that, so it
Oh.
became whatever it is now.
You, whoever
my,
you are.
my father decided to call me Beat after that.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that was good. I'm gonna be honest, the video's kind of fucked, right? But I've never seen Pet Cemetery, so like I'm kind of interested to watch it. I've heard it's a good movie, the original one.
I would go for the original one. The remake they came out with in 2019. I recently watched it with my daughter. I'm a huge Stephen King fan, and
Right.
I think, man, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I personally think the original was better. But I also think the original It is better than the remakes. But
Most people do, right?
it's probably because I watched the original It before, and I grew up with the original It. But
Right.
the people that never watched it and then watched the new one was like, "Oh, it's way better than the new one." My daughters think the new one's better than the older one, so I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like grew up with the original ones. So
Yeah. I mean, like,
Um,
I appreciate like a lot of what Stephen King's done. Like, I like The Shining. I thought The Shining was a good film. But
well, it's not just The Shining that it was written by Stephen King. Stanley Kubrick fucking directed that shit. So
right, yeah,
perfectionist that guy. So
right,
it had a lot to do with both of them like, at that point.
right.
What's number 2 for you?
Okay, so the next one is called All Good, and it's a band. It's a band called Nevertel.
Nevertel. Man, you make me learn some new shit tonight.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Bubbles.
Des bulles.
Buble.
Des bulles, des bulles, des bulles.
As an expedient.
Let me think it's all good. What you did was unforgivable. Lying to my damn face, got you feeling cynical. I was at the pinnacle. What was going wrong? Fucking knew it all along.
Pay attention to the lyrics on this.
Crazy how time flew when you thought I never knew. But now, baby, look at you. This is all because of you. Yeah. Straight shot to your face drop. Put the brakes, but I can't stop. You wanna style like a mascot? Was all I gave to you, got caught. And now I'm feeling like a free man. She always fishing like a seaman. She looking at it like a pecan. Cause it's always in season. Yeah. Burn all the bridges you wrote. I gave you my heart and it broke. I took it out bad, but I go. Oh, yeah. They dropped in the city explorer. She's out in the whip and it's forward. You tried not to show it, I know you were lying. I saw the feelings you thought you were hiding. And if you could take it all back somehow, there's no time for sorry now. Cause you got me in a deep end. You wanna call me on a weekend. I just wanna know your secret. It's something I believe in. Yeah, I just had to get emotionally lost. Last time I felt a pain, I don't remember the cost. But I know I'ma be okay. Tell me down, but I ain't fading away. Oh, so tell me when the hell you come through for all of your stuff. Cause I really wanna tell you, but I'm breaking heart and you did not trust. Knew that you were holding out. I knew the truth before the lies. Let me fix up. You tried not to show it, I know you were lying. I saw the feelings you thought you were hiding. And if you could take it all back somehow, there's no time for sorry now. You tried not to show it, I know you were lying. I saw the feelings you thought you were hiding. And if you could take it all back somehow, there's no time for sorry now. What you did was unforgivable. Lying to my damn face, got you feeling cynical. I was at the pinnacle. What was going wrong? Fucking knew it all along. Let me think it's all good. It was crazy how time flew when you thought I never knew. But now we can look at you. This is all because of you. Trying not to show it, I knew you were lying. I saw the feelings you thought you were hiding. And if you could take it all back somehow, there's no time for sorry now. Yeah, there's no time for sorry now. Good, there's no time for sorry now.
Like, we're learning more about each other's
Yeah,
taste too
this
doing
seems
this.
so generic to me.
I don't know, man. I like
As I'm in
it.
the midst of applying.
I can see why people would like it for sure. I can understand. Wait a minute. That's not it. Okay, it was Nevertel.
Yeah. They're not a very well known band though either. Though that's the thing. So I mean, like,
Well, they have 101K views,
Yeah.
which is actually pretty respectable.
yes,
Uh, holy shit, this one has 40. Okay, that's not the same band. So, yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste for this band.
it is on, and it was one of those things. Again, the first time I heard it, I was like, okay, whatever. And then I heard it again, I was like, oh, okay.
Where did you find this?
Actually, TikTok. Swear to God. I've actually found a lot of artists more recently on TikTok. I was just like, huh.
No one will win me over to go on fucking TikTok.
Listen, I've been the same way, and even though, like, in a way, I kind of still don't care for the platform because it's
I
just
will
the way I am.
not.
But because of Twitter and because of making sure that I'm doing everything I can to gain more exposure for the podcast, I've used it a lot more. But also, it was really to understand the platform, and then I found things that I've liked. So, music, obviously, on there has been one of those things.
On a political stance, I will not go on fucking TikTok.
That is
I
fair.
won't even download that shit onto my system.
That is fair.
Because if you saw the agreements that you have, like Joe Rogan just went over that shit recently, and then you look it up and you're like, holy fuck, China's gonna come and go after us.
I mean, yeah, but like, are we really gonna pretend like they haven't already been doing that, right?
No.
Are we gonna pretend like? I mean, like, if you go over what was it, Snowden? If you learn more about Snowden, like he tried to expose like the U.S. government for secretly watching everybody, which like even before that incident happened, and though I don't necessarily agree with what he did, it's crazy to think that the government wasn't already like watching what you were doing. It's insane to think that they already weren't doing that.
Dude,
They've been doing it for thousands of years. Yes, and that's the thing. Like everyone's just like, oh, gotta make sure that like you have a phone in your hand all the time. They know what you're doing.
But I gotta say something to you. Did you know that the vaccination shots, they're putting it into your body because they have microchips in them to monitor everything?
Like at first, I thought
everything you're doing, they're putting it in like vaccination shots. But then again, you're carrying around this fucking, I don't know, this walking GPS system in your
At first, I thought you were gonna say
pocket.
something super serious, right? And it's just like,
Hell
damn,
no, man.
But that's the thing. Like there's a lot of like, okay, listen, like a lot of my family that has not left like pretty much their backyard that they grew up in, they all think like that, right? And
I gotta know
it's
what's
just
going on with this shit right
it's
now.
just like, dude, if you think for a single second that is their main goal, right, is to like microchip you, you're stupid. Because again, like just as you said, you have a phone in your pocket. They know where you're at. They know what you're doing. They see what you look up. They see what kind of weird porn you watch. Like they know, man. They fucking know. Anyways.
Yeah, they know, man. Like even if you put that shit on silent mode, like
they know.
Whatever. What happens. It's either you get rid of it or you just shut the fuck up.
Anyways, so on to yours.
Anyways, let's go back to my because this could be on a different. Okay, so I'm fucking contemplating between two bands right now, either Volumes or In Flames. I think I'm gonna go with In Flames because it's a genre of metal that we haven't really explored tonight. Originally they were. Have you listened much to In Flames?
I think I've heard of at least a couple of their songs. Yes.
So originally they were considered to be a melodic death metal band, and I was like, what? Because I didn't get into them until late into their middle of their career, which is mid 2000s, with Quiet Place and stuff. But they have their last album, last full album was in 2019 or 18.
Wait, hold on.
And
2020, and then there's 2019.
Yeah, so 2019 was their real full album.
Dude, they go all the way back to 94.
Yeah, they go back far. If you listen to their older stuff, it really is death metal. Like it's like it's different from what it is today. Nowadays it's more of a melodic sound to it,
Right.
and it's stuff that you can headbang and sing along to, which is actually what I'm going to get into is I Am Above from In Flames. The video is nothing special. They probably filmed this in their fucking dining room as well. Yeah, you'll see. You know what I mean.
Is this
But-
gonna be like the standard? Like, listen, if you don't film it in your dining room, you're a shit band.
Pretty much, man. Like that's where it is now. Like they probably financed this themselves as well. So yeah, man, I really dig this band. This is a band that goes back into my high school days with Children of Bodom and all those kind of bands from back in the early 2000s. And this last album really fucking got to me. So this is probably their most commercial song off the album. And it's probably gonna give me a fucking commercial. Oh no, goddamn!
Oh wow.
Wow.
I like how he's just standing there like nothing's happening.
I don't even know who this guy is. It's not even the singer.
I like that. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. I think the video is really interesting. Now also you're seeing like different faces. It's almost like it's a multiple personality
Inner demons.
disorder. Yeah, your inner demons. Like
yeah,
it
your
was.
inner demons. I
like
never
that.
really took apart the lyrics yet, but I feel like with the video, it's like an inner demons kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
All right, man. Your last one. What is it?
All right. I could not finish this without returning to a band that we've already listened, because it has been actually my number one. It's on my Spotify on repeat. My number one most listened to song in the last week or so is Mercy by Bad Omens. We put a lot of their stuff in there, and I don't regret it.
Fucking who cares?
I don't regret it at all.
You got a choice: the lyric video, the live version, or the unplugged version.
Just do the lyric video. Why not?
All right, original song.
Blinded by a fear feeling, these are the kings we chose. Lost and looking for the meaning. I've been searching high and low, but we fade into nothing when we go up in the smoke. Beg God for a mercy that He knows we never show. Them to see. You could take us back in time, but it wouldn't change a thing. If God came down from His kingdom, He came down from His home, and we asked Him if He'd take us back, He would surely tell us no. If God came down from His kingdom, He came down from His throne, and we asked Him if He'd take us back, He would tell us we can't go. Force them to see. You can take us back in time, but it wouldn't change a thing. If God came down from His kingdom, He came down from His home, and we asked Him if He'd take us back, He would surely tell us no. If God came down from His kingdom, He came down from His throne, and we asked Him if He'd take us back, He would tell us we can't go. These are the kings we chose, lost and looking for the meaning.
Noah writes, it is incredible. It is awesome. It has so much meaning to it. Even if he leaves it ambiguous, it's so much like that you can take from it and just pull it
Is that
apart.
Antichrist or not? That's the
I
thing.
don't think it is. And it's just the thing. Like, I think between The Throne and I think between like this song, like he's angry. He's angry in this moment. He is struggling with whatever it is that he's going through. And maybe like he is using whatever God he believes in as a scapegoat, right? Or maybe perhaps like in this song, he's just like, we're heathens. We have gotten ourselves to a point to where he might be like, nah, like forgive you, but also, I don't know. Like I've been really dissecting that one, but
Dude, we'd
it's
have to really
just-
dissect.
dude,
all
you
the
really,
lyrics
you
to
really would.
understand what he's getting
You really,
into.
really would. You'd have to watch every interview. You'd have to see like everything that he's like was going through at each of those times. You have to see how he is in live, like.
It's all perspective, right?
And that's again, that's to say it again. Like he left things open ended. He left them to be ambiguous because of that
He is
reason.
saying God and kingdom a lot, though. I gotta admit, man.
He really is. But again, like what was it? Three or four of the songs that we've played by them came from that album. Came from Finding God Before God Finds Me.
Yep.
So yeah. But anyways, I think so looking at the recording and obviously some things that I'm gonna have to fix. We've been going for over 3 hours now.
Yeah, dude, we're like
Yeah.
3 hour, almost 3 hours and 15 minutes, man. This is fucking crazy. I always listen to the Joe Rogan podcast going, how does he do this like 4 hour fucking podcast? But I can see it now.
Just has fun with it, man. He really does, you know.
Yep.
And like a lot of times, like on the podcast itself, we had to reduce our recording time because, you know, we'll start like Tweeter and Nick and I, you know, we'll start joking, you know, having a good time and everything, and it's authentic, right? You know, we don't sit there and like re-record stuff. We don't if we have a mishap 9 times out of 10, like, hey, listen, like we have to throw it out now because you know we don't want something that is unauthentic. But then at the same time, it's just like we don't want to feel like it's forced. So that's part of the reason why we reduced our recording time from an hour to 30 minutes. That way, it's easy to get through. You know, we can have some laughs in there or whatever, but you know, we don't burn ourselves out. But like with this, to me, this is a little different because we're actually getting into something that's really personal for us, right? Where Nick and Tweeter and I, we would tell personal stories on the podcast or whatever. Like this is something that means a lot to us. You know, this is something that, you know, has a lot of personal connections with just like a song. And, you know, we can talk about the connections that we share with that same song. So I don't know. I had fun with it. I feel like we just started recording like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, this was actually pretty fucking fun. I'm actually thinking about the amount of music we actually listened to. Because like the beginning of this, I was like, there's no way in hell we're gonna fit all the music that we want to listen to in one little podcast like this. But then again, man, there's so much music. There's so much we can talk about.
Yeah, and this isn't gonna. It's gonna be kind of really whenever like Beat and I, and then everybody else kind of feels like doing it. It can't really be a scheduled thing because it doesn't work out with our schedules really well. But I mean, it's another way to kind of get to know us, to get to know you know who we are as people, as friends, so on and so forth. And I think this has been to me, like regardless of what happens, this was successful. Like this was fun, and you know, we used to do these music nights all the time, and it's something I looked forward to just because it's just us jamming and chilling out and getting out whatever we had throughout the week. And I love doing these.
I hope for the next times that we should do this more often and that people actually get aware of this so they can start joining us a little bit more. Like it was back when we were in KSI.
Yeah.
Let's not get into details about that.
Let's not get into details about that. We
were in a gaming community.
Several gaming communities.
I want to get fucking Isaac and all those guys back into this shit with us because Isaac's got actually a good musical taste. He's got the same. He listens to Beartooth and like Attack and shit like that.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
All right, man. So I mean, you want to go play some video games, or are you going to bed soon?
Well, so I gotta go handle some stuff real quick. Let's wrap this up and we can game a little. It's fine.
All right, Captain.
So yeah, seriously, I will edit this as soon as possible. I have 3 hours of content to dig through. So
Good luck.
I will edit this. Yeah, I'll edit this as soon as possible. I'll feel the pain that Nick feels here in a second.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, thank you, Beat. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you for all the listeners and everybody that supported USOB so far. We look forward to listening with you next time.
All right. Good night.